All right, today I'm going to show you how to use the Teambuildr app to access your workouts through Straight Shot Training. This is the app that we use to deliver your workouts if you're one of our remote clients doing workout programming and remote coaching. So to start out, you're going to see your entire workout at a glance here, whether you're on your phone or on a desktop. Honestly, the functionality is pretty much the same between the two. There's just a couple of things that you can do differently mobily that you can't do if you're on the computer. And I'll explain this as we go along here. But either way, when you see your workout here at a glance, you're going to click on the first exercise. It's going to give you a description of the warm-up here. You're going to perform the dynamic warm-up and then the prehab superset. Remember, a superset is just performing 2 movements back and forth for the prescribed amount of rounds. And you'll see a lot of supersets in your programming because we really like to use them here at Straight Shot. So swiping over on your phone or clicking over on your computer, you'll see your first exercise here. Full body dynamic warm-up. Obviously, you don't know what it is, so click on the video here. You're going to see starting from upper body all the way through lower body, a bunch of different arm swings, arm circles, torso twists, leg swings, toe touches, a lot of stuff that's going to just get your whole body warmed up, blood flowing, body temperature up. You're a little bit out of breath. You should feel ready to go after you do this warm up here. So once you finish that, you're just going to hit the check button. You don't have to enter in any reps or anything for that. Just hit the check button and then hit save. Moving on, you'll see your prehab superset. These are 2 exercises that you're going to perform back and forth for 2 rounds. Band lateral walks and shoulder taps. This is a great hip warm-up drill. This is a good shoulder and core warm-up drill. So you'll be ready to jump into the workout as soon as you finish those. Again, your video is right here. If you click on that icon, your repetitions, how many you are going to perform, will be right here. On something like a lateral walk, we're going to walk one direction and then walk back. You'll see the each after the reps here. That means 12 steps one way, 12 steps back. On the shoulder taps here, it's 8 taps each shoulder. So make sure that you follow those instructions up there. These are your how many sets you're doing, how many reps you're doing. Repetitions are down here. So you're going to do 12 lateral walks each direction, 8 shoulder taps each arm, 12 lateral walks both directions, and then 8 shoulder taps each side. So back and forth for those 2 rounds. Make sure you save those 2 and move on. Now you'll see an A superset and a B superset. So we're just going to be sticking here with the A superset. We have goblet squats and floor presses. Again, your demo videos are right there. We have demo videos for everything here to make sure that you know what you're doing with them. So when you put in your weights now, because you weren't using weights before, when you put in your weights, if you're using 2 dumbbells for something, you're just going to put the weight of 1 single dumbbell. That's how we keep track of things here. So I'm using a 35-pound dumbbell or kettlebell on the goblet squat, and let's say a 25 for the floor press. So I did a 35-pound goblet squat for 15 reps. Then I rested 30 seconds. Then I did a 25-pound floor press for 12 reps, and then I go back through. So anytime you see a superset and they give you rest instructions here, make sure that you're resting that long in between the movements. So it's goblet squat, rest 30 seconds, floor press, rest 30 seconds, go back and forth for 3 rounds. So 35 pounds for all of my goblet squats and 25, and maybe on the last set, I really went for it and I used 30. When you hit save on these, now in the future, if you want to know how much weight you typically use on floor press, you can hit this exercise history button. When I click on the exercise history button, it'll show me how many different workouts I did using that weight or other weights. See it for goblet squat and for floor press here. So going forward, you'll know what weight you use for that exercise. So once you've done the 3 rounds of the 2 exercises, you move on. Now we have split stance kettlebell deadlifts and band lat pull downs. Now you'll see this little icon here is that there's a note. If you click on that extra note, it says if you have a machine lat pull down, you can use a lat pull down machine. So that's what that little icon is there. Again, you have your video, your exercise history, entering in your repetitions here. If it's a band exercise, and you want to note what band you used, you can just add a note right here and put purple band. So in the future, you can remember, oh, it won't let me save until I do them all. This is actually a good learning moment for all of us here. What you need to make sure that you do is if you don't do an exercise, make sure that you put in 0 repetitions if you skip it. That was a good catch there, Teambuildr. So we have our split stance kettlebell deadlifts and our band lat pull downs. You're going to go back and forth between the two. Now, let's say you need to opt out of an exercise. And this icon looks a little bit different. It's like a square with an arrow out of it on the app on your mobile device. If you need to opt out of something, click on the opt out button and you can select a reason, like maybe you have an injury or your doctor says you're not supposed to do it, or you don't have the equipment for it. You can change the exercise. Let's just say lack of equipment. You can change it to something different. So you can look for similar exercises here, which right now we don't have all of the exercises linked together yet because we have 400 exercises and having them linked takes a really long time. So I promise we're working on it. But for now, just go to all exercises here and you can select a different type of exercise through here. Now, yeah, this is a long list, right? This is where I prefer the mobile app because when you're on the mobile app, there's actually a column right here that you can type in text and you can search by exercise. So if you want to figure out a different deadlift to do, if you don't want to do the split stance deadlift, you can just type in deadlift and it'll give you all of our options for deadlift, similar to the way this similar exercise icon would work once we had the functionality working on that. So just type in deadlift and it'll give you all the options for deadlift and you can pick a different one if you want to do that. And then you hit save and it'll update what exercise that is. So let's just say we're going to change this to a regular deadlift. Here we are. Okay, and then when I hit save, now it changes it to a deadlift and I can put my weight that I used here. Let's say you used 135 on your deadlift. Okay, and then you move on from there. And then it comes up as lack of equipment. That's why you couldn't do that exercise. So moving right along here, we're going to finish up with our 2 core exercises. We have side-to-side leg drops and dead bugs. Same deal, back and forth, 3 rounds. There's your demo video for your side-to-side leg drops. Here is your exercise history for how many reps you've done previously on it before. We haven't done this one before, so that's why it shows up as that. There's your opt-out button, and you can leave notes right here. And that's how it works for every day on your workouts. Just make sure that whenever you're finished your workout, that you have all checks. You want all green checks. That means you filled everything out correctly and saved each exercise so you can move on to the next day. And if you want to move your workouts around, do them on different days, that's fine. You'll just have to skip over to find your next workout here. All fresh new exercises that you're going to need to go through, watch the demo videos, learn how to do them. After a while, it's going to become second nature. You're going to learn this stuff and you're going to get really good at these exercises and keep making progress. Just make sure that you're still logging all of your weights and leaving notes for your coach to make sure that you are giving them as much information as you can about your training, and they will be in touch with you. If you are working one-on-one with one of our coaches, they'll be in touch with you to help you make the most of your training and switch things up on the go. If you are trying this out as one of our free 4-week program athletes, awesome. Thank you for trying it out. Some of the things that I said here about keeping notes, you'll be able to see your own notes, but there won't be a coach seeing those. So those are great to just keep for yourself. Once you decide to start with a straight shot training coach, you'll be able to message your coach. You'll be able to leave them notes. They'll be adjusting things along the way. They'll be prescribing different weights for you to use during your workout. So you won't have to pick what weights you're using. They'll tell you which ones to use once you get going, and they know how strong you are. And they're going to constantly be honing in on what you need to be working on with your programming so they can make the program 100% customized to you your goals and your schedule. So this is just a taste of what we have going on here with the Teambuildr program. If you have any questions about it, please shoot me a message and I would love to help you out some more with it. So I'll let you get to your training. Good luck.